And we are back, heading up towards Series 2. We're just waiting for both teams to get in. So let's talk about these two competitors for the second playoff series that we're going to be doing today. Wind and Rain in second place versus Godalions in third place. Now, a little bit of background about these teams. So Godalions actually won 3-2 in league play against them. So they may have the edge coming to the next one. But Wind and Rain do have it all to play for. They did end up finishing above the Godalions. So, it's a pretty tight matchup. I mean, there was 1 point in it in league play, 1 game in it in their actual match against each other. So it could go either way. Let's go through the rosters real quick because I do have them in front of me this time, much more prepared second time around. Wind and Rain, we have Psycho, Kern, and Treefork, their starting lineup. So hopefully we'll see them come into the lobby soon. And then we have Godalions. We've got Seema, Hypnotic, Sketch, Akira, and Matt as well, or Akara. I think I might not be getting that right, but we'll find out later on. So, boy, what do you think of these two teams, and what do you think is going to happen today in this?
Well, Wind and Rain are an excellent team, and especially recently they've been getting some great results behind them, and placing really well in the Drama Alert Cup, some nice Cactus Cups, and they've really been showing how good of a team they are. They have recently dropped Treefork down to the sub role and instead are playing with Boy School Q as a starter, but Treefork will be playing today. And whenever there's a last tournament with the team situation here, but he is still a great player, and I expect to see a lot from him.
Wonderful stuff. Good to know it as well. Wasn't aware of that new person coming into play there. But we do have Godalions in the lobby right now. So, or at least some of them I can see. So we do have Hypnotics playing in the starting, Matt M as well, and Sketch. So they are your 3 Godalions players for today, and we're still just waiting on Wind and Rain. But like you said, I remember seeing Wind and Rain very much. Actually, I think it was even the pre-season tournament that we did. I ended up casting the first half of it, and I saw Wind and Rain perform, and they were very good, top-notch Rocket League gameplay. So hopefully we're going to be seeing the same from them. So out of these two teams, we both seem to be favouring Wind and Rain. What do you think score-wise is going to happen?
Oh, I've got to give my bias to Wind and Rain, yep, because I'm a good friend who played on Wind and Rain, and I know how good of a team they really are, and I'll give them a 4-2 victory, I'll say. I'll give Godalions a few games against them, but I think Wind and Rain will take it in the end of it.
I think that's a pretty accurate sort of measure as well. I mean, with the potentially, obviously, like you said, it doesn't take anything away about the quality of these players, but if Treefork is coming back in for their original starter, then I'm probably going to go, I'm going to say Wind and Rain, but I think it'll be our first best of 7 today. I think it's going to be a 4-3 victory for Wind and Rain. The Godalions are really going to bring a decent game to them. I've seen them play it as well, and I know what they're capable of. And I mean, they finished very well in the standings too. They have just arrived here, so I can confirm that the starting lineup, as you said earlier, Boyo, is Kern, Psycho, and Treefork are there. So we are going to be getting this game underway momentarily. We're probably just going to check to see if both teams are ready. Last time we had, we're waiting on mostly the Sakura, actually. We were kind of, slightly delayed by them. But, we have picked that time back up. So, yeah, 4-3, 4-2, all to play for, really. But we do think Wind and Rain are going to come out on top. So, as far as I'm aware, I don't see any reason that we won't be starting the match. So, game 1 of this second series, Wind and Rain versus Godalions, will be underway momentarily. Nice.
Cool.
Okay, so when it starts back up, you just
want to... I'll do play-by-play.
You roll. Nice.
Yep, cool. Just hopefully they actually join.
I think they're all in, aren't they? There's none of them.
I mean, as in, like, join the teams. There we go.
Oh, right, yeah.
Game 1 underway, and starting off first, Treefork on the ball. Get to pass 1. Hypnotics to Kieran. Kieran to Psycho. Psycho gets a touch, gets the shot, and it's in to start off. 1-0 to Wind and Rain already.
Really positive start from them. Nice center into there from Kern. Really huge power on it, and Psycho knew exactly what he was going for there. Gets trying to come down off the wall. Unfortunately, couldn't meet it in time and positive start from Wind and Rain.
Yeah, Sketch a bit too high up in that backboard. Could not drop down in time to get the save. But they're going to try and return it now. Treefort now on the ball. Hypnotics gets a touch. To Matt M. Matt M up to Hypnotic. Can he beat Psycho? No, Psycho gets a touch. Psycho to Treefort. Treefort gets it past one. Psycho going to follow. Sketch will lift the save. Treefort going to try and find a pass center. He does, but Kieran has been demoed. Treefort going to try and recover, get the ball. He cannot get a touch. Leaves it for Psycho. Psycho hits out the ball. Hits it centre. Sketch with the hit off the backboard. Hypnotics off the backboard as well. Could not find the goal, and Kieran able to get the clear. Close one there. And another shot coming out from the Godalion side, but Kieran with a save. Pressure though from the Godalion right now. The men's, they cannot get it away. Another shot, but Treefort gets the save. And they cannot get this ball away. They cannot find a good clear, and the Godalion are going to take a good advantage of that. Finally get it away though. Matt with the touch. To Hypnotics, but Kieran with the intercept. Treefort following it up. Hypnotics though gets a clear upfield. Psycho though waiting in the net for it. Sketch going to get a touchdown, trying to find a teammate. Psycho is there with the challenge. And Sketch going to try and boom it upfield. Can he get it past one? No, he cannot. The ball stays in midfield. Matt Endo with the chance. Nope, cannot get it past either. 1.5 minutes into this game jammed, and been shot after shot on Wind and Rain's net, but they are still yet to be scored on.
Yeah, I mean, it's been non-stop action from Godalions, so 5 shots actually, yeah, already. And unfortunately, not many of them hitting the target, all just kind of smashing off the bar, really. But it's looking really positive from Godalions, so apart from that, slight lapse in the first sort of 20 seconds, they've really picked themselves back up, and now Wind and Rain are looking more on.
And they're certainly looking vulnerable, and the shot from Matt M goes in, 1-1 now. An unfortunate touch in the defense, but Matt M able to capitalise on it.
Yeah, I mean, Psycho, like you said, unfortunate clear. They just didn't get enough on it to push it back into the corner. And Matt M, caught wind that he wasn't looking too comfortable on that back goal. It ends up slotting it home into an empty net. So all level here in the game one.
Yeah, no unfortunate touch from Psycho straight to Matt M, but when they're going to try and recover Kieran with the hit upfield to Treefort with the whiff. Unfortunately, they're Sketch with the boom upfield. Kieran is able to make it in time. Hypnotics now cannot read the ball off the bounce. Kieran going to keep following. Sketch with a touch. Can he get it past Psycho? No, Psycho with the intercept. Psycho with a good 50 there. Another one as well. Matt M now on the ball. Kieran trying to go for the demo. Cannot find it. Gets the bump though, and Treefort on the ball. Treefort going with the backboard touch. He has a shot and it's saved. But Psycho gets the shot and falls up. 2-1 now to Wind and Rain.
Excellent play from Treefort here. Went for the double tap, unfortunately didn't make it, but I think he just gets a slight touch on Sketch here. He actually forces the jump from him, and it ends up, being easy for Psycho. He can just roll it underneath the jumping cars. So really nice play for, Treefort not giving up there and securing another goal for Wind and Rain.
Yeah, an excellent pass out from Treefort and a great finish from Psycho, and Psycho going to try and find another one there. He tries to pass it off field, but could not follow it up. And Godalions have the ball now. Sketch to touch into the corner, trying to find the centre, but Kieran gets it away. Matt M now on the ball, hits it into the corner. Can he follow it up? Yes, he can, off the backboard. Oh, but Sketch goes too far forward, can't find the touch either. Psycho now on the ball, trying to get past the Kieran, but too hard there, and it goes right over him. He keeps control though, tries to find the centre. He does, but Kieran not ready for it. Sketch able to make it up first. The king with the crown on his head, Treefort, tries to find a touch. He gets a pass from Kieran, but not able to find a shot. 1 minute 50 seconds left, and 2-1 to Wind and Rain there. They're clinical on their shots, but not getting many of them.
Yeah, I mean, exactly right. 2 shots, 2 goals. No problem there at all from Psycho, and both of them set up by his teammates as well. So really good teamwork overall from Wind and Rain, but definitely a bit of physicality coming through there. You just saw another huge bump on there. Psycho with the shot, unfortunate. Sketch ended up meeting it quite well. But from the Godalions here, you just need something a bit more decisive in the attacking third. A lot of the shots have been either smacking that bar or just very easy clears. And with a minute 15 on the clock, Godalions really need to sort themselves out.
Oh, for sure, but they cannot sort themselves out, in their defensive half, and Wind and Rain not letting them break out anytime soon. A pass up to the backboard from Psycho, can he get another touch? No, we can't, but Kieran is there. The ball sets centre now, Treefort with the challenge, wins the 50, and Kieran is there to follow it. Going to pass it out mid to Psycho. Psycho cannot find the shot, so close, but Wind and Rain keeping that pressure on, not letting Godalions break out. But Godalions have a chance now. Sketch, heading off field, but Psycho to clear. Psycho going to rush to get us out of his own half now, trying to get it past one, but Matt M with the intercept. Anything the team, but yes, he finds Hypnotics, but Kieran is there in time. Matt M though, ready for the ball and trying to bring him upfield. Only 30 seconds left, not much time. Kieran finds a pass centre. Psycho not ready to go for it though. Treefort with the shot off the crossbar, and Psycho not able to go for it again. The ball still sitting out mid though, so dangerous in the Godalions half. Kieran with a hit off the corner. Treefort just flips past it. The Godalions cannot break away. Only 10 seconds left. They don't have much hope now. Sketch still on the ball. Psycho with the challenge, now he wins it. Gets a pass one. Matt, the last chance, he goes away. Sketch takes a pass off the backboard. Hypnotic not able to make it in the ball. 0 seconds, needs to touch the ground here, and it does. Wind and Rain win game number 1, 2-1.
They're very close to the game, I think, but as soon as Wind and Rain got ahead and they got that extra goal, you just saw maybe, Godalions go a little bit flat. I mean, they had the first 5 shots more or less in the first 2 minutes, and then they maybe only secured 1 more shot, probably right at the end there. But overall, Wind and Rain just shutting them out completely. I mean, for that last minute, it was basically just them firing shots at their goal or just pushing it across the defensive half of the Godalions. But they just didn't really seem to have an answer. I feel like in game 2, maybe this is just their tune-up game. Hopefully, Godalions can start getting more on target, because they were dominating in the first 2 minutes, even though they were a goal down. The aggression from them was so promising, but it just went a bit flat towards the end. So it's all to play for in game 2.
Yeah, Wind and Rain were so clinical. They didn't take that many shots, only 4 to their name, but 2 goals with those shots, and they were excellent goals at that. That puts them 1-0 up in the series, and a good start from them. Godalions need to do their best here if they want to try and come back from that defeat.
Yeah, I don't really know. It's just such a shame. I feel like if they didn't have that kind of crossbar challenge in the first 2 minutes, it probably would have gone pretty well for Godalions. They would have really taken that momentum. But going into game 2 here, they've just got to get their accuracy back on track.
Yeah, for sure. And just about to be going into game 2 here, and we have had a DC from the game. So I think the players are just going to rejoin and join. A bit of acrobatic from the players, but will we just wait for Matt M to get back in? Oh, never mind, he has just get back in. But it's hard to say with Godalions. They did look really good, and they did look really solid. They had some opportunity, but just were not able to do it. But going into game 2 now, can they find something now? Psycho with the early save, very, very close there. And Godalions coming out strong, get another shot on target, but Psycho gets it clear. Matt M now on the ball. Hits it outfield. 2 Sketch hits the centre. 2 Hypnotics, and Kieran with the save. Tree hits it in the corner. Kieran not able to read it, but Tree gets it clear anyway. Hypnotics now on the ball, passing out to centre. But Psycho with the intercept. Tree almost getting a touch on him, but Psycho leaves it. Kieran gets a shot. Oh, and off the crossbar, not in. Treefort now. And they find a pass out mid. No, Kieran is there though. Pound the pass. Can Psycho there? Hypnotics the touch. Psycho is up for it. Psycho gets a touch to Kieran. Can Kieran follow? Yes, he can! It's 1-0 now to Wind and Rain.
And again, the pressure from Wind and Rain just mounting. Hypnotics kind of just drops it out into the middle. Matt M tries to do as much as he can to put Psycho off, but Kern's right there to finish it off. And, I would say against a run of play, I mean, Godalions has a great spell, a few good passing plays, but unfortunately, again, their shots are just not testing Wind and Rain enough.
Oh, and Psycho of a shot, but what a save there from Matt M. Off the crossbar and out, and so close. Almost 2 for Wind and Rain, but the Godalions were able to hold on. Sketch now on the ball. Hits it straight into Treefort. Psycho with a touch. Treefort not able to get a touch either. Kieran now gets a touch, gets control, gets it past 1. Hypnotics hits it even further upfield for Kieran. Treefort is up for it, and he cannot find it. Psycho just going to wait around. Matt M with a touch. Psycho not able to go for it. Matt M gets it past Treefort to Sketch. Sketch with a shot into the top corner. 1-1 now in game number 2.
Well, he couldn't have placed that better if he tried. Right in the top bin there, and there's no chance. Even, Treefort was so close to that ball, but he just couldn't get the save off, and that is just picture perfect from Matt M there. I mean, Sketch, very great from him, and it's also squared up, and I think probably deservedly so from Godalions.
Matt M now with the pass out to Sketch. Sketch with the shot, and Hooks goes wide. Kieran now on the ball, get the pass 1. Matt M going to retreat back to defense. Kieran with the pass to Treefort. Treefort with the shot. Matt M able to make it in time though. Close one there though. Psycho hits it up. Can he get a second touch? Yes, he can get it past one. No, he cannot. Matt M now within as well. But Sketch is able to recover in time and save his teammate there. Kieran with the save, trying to get the clear, but an intercept is going to make it a bit more difficult. The ball still just sitting in front of that Wind and Rain net. Team bump, but Kieran is able to cover and get the save. Matt M with the touch towards the backboard. With the clear though, Kieran not able to find another touch. Matt M able to get the ball upfield. Treefork waiting on the wall, gets a touch. Gets it past one. Oh, and into his corner it goes. Sketch now. Hits off the backboard. To Matt M. Came with the save. Oh, and another touch from Matt M. But Psycho gets to the next save. Still 1-1. Half of the game gone. And Godalions shot after shot. But they cannot find it. And Psycho off the crossbar. But Godalions really struggling to find the goal here. Wind and Rain's defense is holding out really, really strong.
Yeah, it's really decent communication from Wind and Rain. I don't even think I've seen a double. All been really solid positioning. Psycho, you know, most of the time staying on the ground and then letting Kern and Treefork do the work in the air and on that backboard. But Godalions, you know, they're looking very promising defensively as well, probably matching Wind and Rain, I would say. And I feel like it's just going to be one mistake made and that could take this game too.
Oh, for sure. But Godalions now on the attack. Matt M off the backboard, but Kieran is there for the defense. Sketch now. The pass out. Can he find a teammate? No. Treefork gets a pass one. Psycho going to try and find a touch. Trying to get the clear. And he does. Can he follow it up? Sketch is waiting for it though. Sketch gets a touch, but Psycho ready for it. Trying to get a play going here, but Sketch is able to get the clear. Ball gets boomed upfield though. But Matt M is waiting for it. Not a single Wind and Rain player to be seen close by. Treefork tried to get a shot or a pass, but couldn't find either. Goes straight into Matt M's car. And the ball remains in the midfield at the moment. Matt M trying to get something with it. Treefork coming off the backboard. Trying to find a shot. No. Sketch with the clear. Psycho now hits it up the wall. Leaves it for Matt M. Matt M to Sketch. Treefork with the shot. Oh, it's Psycho not able to go for the bump. Sketch now with the clear. Psycho is up for the ball. Can he find Treefork? Yes, he can. Treefork is up towards the backboard. Matt M with the clear though. Psycho going to have to go back towards net. Kieran waiting for the touch from Hypnotics. Only 30 seconds left and Delegate yet to be scored in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a complete shout from both sides and mostly just good defensive play. But Kieran does have a chance here. Sketch again with a good save. He's really stepped up in this game too. He's been all over the place there. Also securing their only goal that they've scored in this game so far. But with 15 seconds on the clock, you know, same thing again. It could just go either way. One mistake, one moment of brilliance is all it takes to get this game two in the bag.
Certainly, but in these dying seconds, it does look like we will be going to overtime in our first one of the series. Wind and Rain 1-0 up in the series, but game two tied 1-1 going into our first overtime. Hypnotics now. Having a teammate, oh, an unfortunate touch from Treefork hits out of centre, but he is able to recover. Psycho going to turn on the ball. Oh, could not get a touch. Kieran though in the defence, able to get the save. The net left wide open, no Hypnotic with a shot, and it goes in! 2-1 for Godalions, winning that overtime in 20 seconds.
Great read from Hypnotics here. Driving straight in as soon as he saw that ball flying up into the ceiling. He knew he just had to get over the top of it. Hits it with the wheels, and I actually thought it might not have enough on it, but the placement was more than capable enough of securing that game 2 win for Godalions. And I would say definitely in the second half, Godalions were looking the better side, but it's all level in this series.
Yeah, all level in this series. Indeed, we have Treefork leaving the lobby, I'm assuming, for a change of car, possibly. We'll be able to wait for him to get back in, but Godalions look really, really strong here. Their defense held up so much better now. 5 saves to their name, and when their main kept banging shots, but we're struggling to find the goal this time.
Yeah, it's you know, it still took 7 shots for 2 goals in the end, and more or less the same. Actually, much more, 9 shots for Wind and Rain there. But I feel like the defensive capabilities of both sides were just very good. There was a few bar hits as well in there, and some very close calls for Godalions. So I still feel like they do need to work on their defense a bit more. But Wind and Rain again, it was, it was just that, one mistake moment of brilliance. And I feel like you could probably mark it down to mistake. That defensive clear initially wasn't good enough. And then the 50 just went hugely in Godalions' favor by just bouncing straight down right outside their net. But going into game 3 here, I think both sides really just need to step up and remain that, they can take their consistency and continue it throughout the game.
Oh, for sure. Both teams need to be sure that they are in the right position, they're communicating well, and they know what they want to do with this ball. It's a big issue that happens to so many players is they get the ball and just don't know what they want to do with it. They need to communicate and need to be sure what they are doing. Of the kickoff though, Psycho with possession. Goes to Matt M though. Treefort trying to get the intercept but could not find it. The ball set up with the sketch and almost gets the touch. Psycho to clear though. Psycho and try and get a pinch but cannot find the Hypnotics now. Can I find the ball centre off the backboard? Oh, and he almost gets it in. Matt M now trying to get a shot as well, but could not do it. Wind and Rain just trying to find the clear at the moment, but Godalions not allowing that to happen. They just take shot after shot, centre after centre, and finally a clear from Treefort gets that ball away, gives them a bit of time to readjust themselves and have an opportunity. Kieran with the shot, but the save from Sketch. Psycho now with a pass out mid. And Gnostics over the clear. Treefort with the touch, up to Kieran. Kieran off the backboard. And then the teammate Treefort. Oh, and he hits it wide. Treefort going to follow up. Sketch trying to get the pass Psycho. Psycho trying to find a shot mid. Oh, and Matt with the intercept. Treefort now on the ball. Challenging it. Hypnotics gets the save. Kieran to the mid. Matt M hits it to the side. Kieran is right there for it though. He takes a pass out mid, but Psycho just is not close enough for it. Possibly another communication there. Does not know where his teammates are. Oh, a dangerous touch from Treefort in front of his net. Almost 11 goal to be scored. But Kieran gets the clear. 1.5 minutes into this game at the moment and looking pretty even from both teams. Both teams have had their... Nothing has been scored.
Yeah, both teams racking up the possession, definitely, and are getting it into the attacking halves, but it does look like Wind and Rain having more shots on target. Nothing really too definitive, though. They had that double tap opportunity that, unfortunately, they missed out on, and that was probably their best possible chance. The Godalions' defense was stretched, definitely, but now it's spinning across goal, and Sketch ended up trying to backflip into it. And Psycho's coming back onto the attack again. But so far, again, it's all to play for. These sides are just super close in terms of their ability and also the scoreline so far.
Oh, indeed. And a pass out mid from Treefort. Not able to find a teammate. Psycho trying to pass it upfield but cannot do it either. Sketch now on the ball. Hits it down. Kieran with a save, but the ball's still close to his net. He gets the ball away now. Treefort hits a touch upfield to Hypnotics. Gets it clear outside. Treefort waiting for the ball. Leaves it for Psycho. Psycho trying to find Kieran out mid. Kieran is up for it, but Hypnotics makes it first. Treefort now. The ball at the wall, but he cannot find a second touch. The ball away from Matt M. Psycho for the save. Psycho going to try and follow up. He gets it past one. Kieran is up for it. Oh, and it's just a bit wide and a bit wide. Find the net. Psycho trying his best to get this ball upfield and keep it there. But they did lose possession now. Godalions have an opportunity, but Kieran gets it past one. Kieran going to try and pass it out mid to Treefort. Gets it through the two defenders, but Treefort not able to make it there in time. Did not expect that there from Kieran. Just slips it through both players. And Psycho now hits it out centre. So many centres from Wind and Rain, but not a single one has been scored yet. The ball sitting in front of Godalions' net is so much this game, but Wind and Rain not able to capitalise yet. But Matt turns it around and goes in the offence himself. Hypnotic's not able to find the shot. Matt. Oh, and Sketch almost finds a goal. Lucky situation there for Wind and Rain. Matt almost finding that, but they do still live, and the game remains 0-0.
Yeah, it's all squared up. I mean, the chances from both sides, again, have been very similar. I definitely think Wind and Rain are kind of taking on the form of Godalions, but as I say that, Psycho ends up putting it top corner, and the deadlock is broken after 4 minutes.
Yep, Psycho able to finally find a goal and just bang it into the net, beating the Godalion defender up to the ball, and finally finds a goal this game. The first goal of this game, and Wind and Rain now up 1-0.
Yeah, and I was about to say, I was basically, convey that Wind and Rain were taking on the form of Godalions by having, so many shots, but not capitalizing on any of them. But the cast, the curse came through, and Wind and Rain end up putting themselves one up in this game.
The Godalions are going to try and turn this around. They now are on the offense. Matt M almost second touch there, but Hypnotics is up to Sketch. Sketch off the corner, but the intercept there from the Wind and Rain side does slow it down. Matt M now off the backboard. Psycho is there. To Hypnotics. Hypnotics can't find a teammate, just goes straight to Kieran. Psycho now with the shot, and Matt M will make it. No, he's not. It's 2-0 now to Wind and Rain.
That is a huge redirect there from Psycho. So much pace on this initial pass from Kieran, and Psycho just helps it along, but bangs it 131 into the top right, and there's just no chance for the defense to get back in time. And 25 seconds left, that could be the game that seals it, or the goal that seals it.
Only 20 seconds left. Not much time left for Godalions. They're trying to get this offense going, trying to find the goal, but the defense from Wind and Rain is holding out strong. They do have another opportunity now, Wind and Rain. They are on the attack. Only 10 seconds left, and it looks like this game 3 will be going in their favour. The ball just touches the ground. Kieran tries to find a goal for himself, get himself in the score sheet, but not. And game 3 will go to Wind and Rain and put them 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, I think they looked the better side throughout there. They took full control of the game, finishing on 9 shots in the end. So again, maybe the accuracy, maybe the sort of, the security of the shots wasn't there. I mean, that last one from Psycho was unstoppable. But I feel like, if Wind and Rain continue like this and they start to get more shots on target, they'll end up, more or less taking the series as they probably planned in their heads, really. Whereas Godalions here, they started off great, and then they ended up just falling off towards the end of that game in particular. And they had some very close moments, that off the post redirect there from Sketch, super close. But getting that first goal is just going to change the mentality of both sides. And when it goes to stalemate that long, it just keeps everything up in the air and all to play for. But I feel like Godalions need to establish themselves early in the games here, because once they've got that lead, they do tend to look a lot better and play a lot more positively.
Oh, for sure. It's going to be a test of Godalions here if they can get this next game and tie it back up. But we're just waiting for Sketch to get back into the game. They just left the lobby. I'm just assuming he's about to change something, or maybe a DC came in, but we will just wait for him to get back into the game. But will we do that? With Psycho, for example, on Wind and Rain has been an excellent player, but as I talked about Psycho, the players are all back in, so game number 4 will be going underway in just in a minute.
Yeah, as you said with Psycho, he really stepped up for the Wind and Rain so far. They're definitely, looking like an integral player in this lineup here. But all 3 of them really have played that vital role. Whereas on Godalions, I definitely feel like Sketch is the outstanding player for them so far, and hopefully we wanted to see a little bit more from the 2 remaining players.
Oh, definitely. And Sketch been leading the charge a lot of it this game. And Kieran now with a shot, but Matt to hit it out to the side. Psycho. Oh, hits it a bit too high over Tree Fork. Kieran is there in the defence. Can he get another touch? No, he cannot. Godalion, Matt M gets a pass out mid, but Hypnotic just a bit too kind of hesitant to go for that there. It's a good opportunity, but the Wind and Rain side is able to get the clear. Matt M now on the ball. Tree Fork and Psycho at the pinch clear. Tree Fork can't get the pass to Hypnotic. Psycho is up in defence. Kieran to Psycho. Psycho cannot find a second touch and get it past. Kieran is still on the offense, not giving Godalion the chance to breathe, but they are able to find the clear. Now Sketch coming off the backboard. Psycho able to clear it and try and dribble this out. Just get it as far away from mid goal as possible and start this new wave of offense. Psycho not able to get it past any more defenders though, and Kieran hits it out mid. Tree Fork is waiting for his opportunity, and he gets a touch. Tree Fork touch to Kieran. Matt M waiting for Hypnotic's touch. Hypnotics gets it past another. Tree Fork is up. Psycho coming off the backboard, almost finds the shot. What a pass, and a great attempt from Psycho, just not able to find it. Sketch now, and he gets past Psycho. Hypnotics cannot find a teammate either. Right now the ball just lingering in the midfield. No one able to get anything going, but a whiff from Psycho in the defence give Godalions the first goal of the game.
And I think it was maybe Sketch here actually ended up slightly getting a touch off this. and he did, drops it off the wheels and ends up landing in. I don't think it would have changed the course of the ball that much, because it did look like, I think it was Psycho on the wall going a bit too high for that clear there. And I think Sketch, putting off the opponents did well there, but he did actually get the touch that secured the first goal for Godalions, and now they have the lead. Let's see if they can capitalize and get more.
Yeah, they do have the lead now, and they do need to hold it if they want to take this win. And it's going to be tough here. Wind and Rain are not a team to slow down any time. Kieran now on the attack. Treefork almost coming off and getting a goal. Oh, so close there. An excellent pass from Kieran, and Treefork with a great idea. Almost finding it. But Sketch, they try and get this clear. Kieran now hits it off field, off the wall. Not able to read the bounce. Treefork with the shot. Matt M with the save. Matt M now with the possession. But too hard of a touch, and Psycho is able to get there first. Psycho now. Can I get this pressure going? Treefork with the miss. Kieran with the pass out centre. Sketch hits it down. Psycho nowhere to be seen at the moment. He comes in now though, Hypnotic with a touch upfield, and Psycho with the intercept. Psycho pass out mid to Kieran. Kieran jumps but not able to find a touch. Treefork now with the shot. The defender's obviously going to get that touch. The builders rolls right into their cars. Oh, and Kieran almost gets a goal, but Matt with the last second save. And the ball will just sitting in front of this Godalions net, and they don't have much time to breathe. Treefork now with the pass out down. Can I find a teammate? No, Kieran's not able to make it there in time. Psycho got it demoed as well, which left them bit wide open. This shot now from Sketch. Treefork is able to make it back in time. Matt M hits it off field to Psycho. Psycho tries to get it past the Nautic to Matt M. Matt M could not get a touch. Sketch pull out to Kieran. Matt M going to retreat back to net. Matt M now with the pass out to the side. Cannot find anything though. Treefork pass back to Psycho. Psycho gets intercepted though. They're going to keep possession. They're going to try and find a pass out to Kieran. Kieran is up for it. And he gets a second touch. And a pass out mid. Oh, and Matt in with the save. The Godalions holding on to this defence well at the moment. And Wind and Rain still struggling to find the goal. Treefork now to the corner. But Matt in with the big clear. Sketch is up for it, but Psycho hits it to the side. Kieran to Treefork. Psycho going to follow up. Only 1 minute left. Psycho with the shot off the crossbar, but Kieran, no. I think that was Kieran or Treefork. I couldn't tell there. The cars are the exact same. Trying to get the touch. But Treefork now with the shot, and he gets in the Topkin. The king Treefork. He took his crown off, but he's able to tie it up.
And you saw that coming from a mile off, especially after that initial shot, the chance they had. And I think you're right. I think it was. And go. Couldn't get it under the bar, but then the ball comes straight back across, and Treefork's there ready to secure the first goal for this game. And Wind and Rain right back in it. I mean, they've been dominating most of this game. 3 shots on the board for Godalions to Wind and Rain's 9 shots, or 7 shots actually, but still very much taking control of this. And now they've finally got some substance here to try and take this game free. And
if they can take this game free, that'll put game 4. Sorry, yep. They can take this game 4. That'll put them 3-1 up in the series and on match point. Psycho now have a chance in the flick, gets it in. 2-1 now. Only 12 seconds left.
And they have done exactly that. Psycho with the interception again. We were talking about this guy before the game started. Ends up getting a huge flick, 100 kph. Probably would have gone faster if it travelled longer, but went straight into the top of the roof there. And that's all you need, really. 12 seconds left. I feel like they'll be able to hold on to this and put themselves on series point. Hold on a second, though. Matt M has just kicked off and scored, immediately tied up with 10 seconds to go.
The caster cut comes into play. They were not able to hold on to that lead, and M able to take advantage of that messed up kickoff and find the wide open net. Only 9 seconds left, and it's all tied up again. Wind and Rain completely threw away that lead now, but going into overtime. They do still have hope, but they might not be going into overtime at all. Kevin the pass into Treefork, but Matt M save. Oh, and what a save there. Psycho going to let the ball touch the ground, and they will head into overtime. Here I'm going to follow it up. Treefork from the ceiling. Matt M though gets it clear. Sketch now on the ball. Can he get it past Kieran? Kieran able to save it. The 1v1 play. Kieran, a great ones player, and they able to show that there in that situation. Treefork with the shot. Oh, and almost a bump in the defense there, but Kieran able to fake out one, and Sketch with the 50. Psycho though gets a touch out to the side. Kieran is up for it, passes it out down mid. With the clear from the Godalions side. Treefort now going to try and boom it up. Find Psycho. Psycho is up for it. Oh, but Hypnotic's able to make it first. Kieran now hits it upfield. Sketch. Drops it down to Matt. Oh, in a dangerous spot there, but they were able to survive. Almost 1 minute into its overtime, and it's been Wind and Rain's overtime at the moment. There's so much offense coming out from them.
Yeah, I mean, it's been mostly their game, I think. They've just really outshined Godalions in this one. And, you know, that kickoff goal, just very unlucky. Again, just banging it into the ceiling, but Matt M was there quicker than the other two. Yeah, going into this one, you know, I think Godalions are really pushing their luck a little bit. And unless they can find some sort of, you know, half chance here, I feel like Wind and Rain will eventually secure this one out. But, yeah, they just seem to not have an idea, really, so far in this overtime.
Yeah, it's looking like Wind and Rain's over the time at the moment, but anything could change. We've seen the overtime goal. It looked like that was Wind and Rain's game there, but one small mistake when Kieran almost scores. One more mistake, throw it all away and send it to this overtime we're in right now. But Wind and Rain is still on the offense, not giving Godalion any chance to just readjust themselves and be prepared. But a touch back from Treefort, a very powerful pass back there, but Kieran was ready for it and he was able to react. The ball though hits out centre and Sketch finds it. 3-2 to Godalions and they take the overtime. 2-2 now in the series.
Huge pass from Matt M there, ends up dunking down on Kieran, smacks it into the top curve of the ceiling here, and it ends up falling perfectly into Sketch. Great read from him, and overall that final sort of last 20-second push there where they were really dominating that left-hand side of the field ended up paying off. But I was actually going to say in the kind of the next break that Matt M really stepped up this match. I mean, 3 saves on the board, 4 shots, ended up securing one of them as a goal, but he was just all over the place for Godalions today in the most positive way.
Oh, Matt M certainly stepping up this game, as you said. Sketch before this was really the driving force of the Godalion side, but Matt M right up there being such a powerhouse on both offense and defense. 3 saves to his name and 1 goal, 2 assists. He was a vital part of that team, and really the only reason Godalions could take that win.
Yeah, and I mean, that save he had in the first sort of 15 seconds where, you know, he pinched it off the post in the end. I mean, I thought it was game over there after the cycle. So much pace on it, but somehow Matt ended up getting to that. So real props to him. He more or less saved Godalions in that overtime there and ended up getting a great setup for Sketch to finish it off. So all tied up in the series. I mean, it could still go either way. Godalions looked so much better towards that last part, but they really need to start off strong.
Yeah, and Wind and Rain threw it all away in that last kickoff there, and just not what you want to be seeing from them. They had the game in their hands, but that just failed kickoff threw it all away. And just will they be able to mentally recover from that is what we need to wait and see from them.
Yeah, and it's just something I think, you know, Godalions just seem to struggle to get off the mark a little bit here. That seems to be their kind of recurring theme. It takes them about 2 minutes to really get into the game, whereas Wind and Rain from the start to finish are always just looking so good. And it's just whether they can get that ball in the net. But it was some good defensive play from Godalions. I don't think the placement from Wind and Rain was the issue in that last game. It was just some excellent defending.
Oh, certainly. And now going into game number 5, all guns will be blazing from both sides, just trying to take this lead in the series and set it to match point. They are currently tied 2-2, so this next game win is so vital, putting themselves at match point. And Sketch trying to get the early goal, but Treefort on the goal line able to make the save. Kieran now trying to bang it upfield, try and get the offense goal, but Matt in with the intercept. Psycho now. Kieran gets a demo. Psycho hits it out mid. Treefort not able to make it in time, and Sketch gets a pass out to the side to Hypnotic, who is coming off the wall, passing it to Sketch, but Kieran with the intercept, and Matt M and try and find the shot at Psycho. Bangs it upfield to Kieran. Came with the shot. Hypnotic. Oh, able to make it in time. So close there. Matt M hits it upfield. And with the intercept, keeps that offense going. Kieran gets a pass 1. The ball is intercepted into Sketch. Treefort not able to get the touch, but danger was not around. But now it is Matt M. Gets a pass out mid. Psycho though is able to hit it off the backboard and get it away from Hypnotic's. Treefort to the wall. It's the pass Sketch, but Hypnotic is there, and Psycho just a bit too high, and Sketch able to follow up though, gets a shot. But Psycho with a save. Psycho been so good in the defense so far this game. Just keeps getting these saves and been so close. And another one for Psycho with Sketch with the shot. Tree Fork. He's trying to get this clear. The Godalion have had so much offense right now, but when the main just trying to break out of it. The centre though, in front of the Wind and Rain net is not what they are looking for. Hypnotic with a touch. Now able to find a teammate, and Kieran is able to find the clear eventually. 2 minutes in though, and this has been Godalion's game at the moment. So much offense coming out from them, and Wind and Rain held back.
Yeah, I mean, Sketch has had the best of the chances again. He has been looking very back all the series so far. Here's Psycho again with another chance though, and he has been both integral in defense and attacking now as well. But yeah, the defense from Wind and Rain is holding up quite nicely, but they just don't seem to have much control over the midfield right now. Godalions are definitely the more methodical playing. I feel like Wind and Rain are just taking what they can get right now.
Yeah, Wind and Rain just trying their best to just get this away from their net, but Godalions not giving them any hope. Tree Fork with another save. It was very close. Matt M in the centre, but nobody there to follow it up. Half the game gone, and Wind and Rain not really had many opportunities. They've had 3 shots, but nothing particularly worrying for Godalions. Kieran trying to change that though. They are now on the offense. Psycho with the pass out mid. Can he find Tree Fork? No, Tree Fork is sitting back still. Tree Fork waiting in the defense. Hypnotic trying to win that 50. Trying to get the dunk, but he could not do it. Sketch now on the ball. Trying to get a bump. Kieran now. Oh, and he's not able to get a touch here. Hypnotic gets the pass out to the mid, but Tree Fork gets a touch. Sketch. Kieran gets a save. Kieran gets the clear. And Matt, I'm going to rush back for that ball. Just gives it a tap to the corner. Can he get it past Kieran? Yes, he can. Can he find a teammate? Almost, but the intercept comes out and Psycho now in the ball. Not able to find a teammate though, and the Godalions defense holding out strong at the moment and not really letting Wind and Rain get any opportunities. Kieran up the backboard. Tree Fork with the shot and Tree Fork with the goal!
And the pressure was mounting again. A complete reversal here. Wind and Rain constantly knocking on the door. Kieran with a really nice centre pass there, and Tree Fork, had it pretty easy. The defender was already coming across to the left-hand side, so he just knocks it to the right. Nice, good play from Wind and Rain there. 1 up, and especially in this last 2 minutes, deservedly so.
Yeah, a minute and a half left now. Kieran with another shot, and he makes it 2! 2-0 to Wind and Rain now, and Godalion's going to struggle to come back now. 1.5 minutes left. There's still time, but Wind and Rain are looking like a different beast now.
Good speed from Kieran there on both the kickoff, getting the pinch, grabs the side boost, and then just goes straight for it again. Unfortunately, Hypnotics didn't really get the best touch. No one actually ended up taking it off one of the Godalions defenders who probably had the better clear. And I think Hypnotics as well was facing his own net, which is always kind of a no-go. Tree Fork there with a nice pre-flip, but Sketch is back. And like you said, Wind and Rain have definitely unleashed something now, and they are just full-on bombarding the Godalions.
Yeah, the Wind and Rain have become a completely different beast right now in this last 2 minutes. They are seeming unstoppable, and Kieran gets it past another. Sketch is able to make it back in time. And the ball hit out centre. Matt M gets the clear. The Tree Fork ready for it. Gets it under Matt M, but Sketch able to recover in time and get a touch. Oh, and the shot from Hypnotics off the post and not going in. The ball just goes back to the Godalions half and only 30 seconds left. Not much time. They need to get something going now, or else it will all be over for them this game, and we'll set Wind and Rain to match point. Hypnotics will with the chance, but Psycho gets the save. Tree Fork gonna try and get fun. Losing for Psycho. Psycho hits it off field, trying to find a pass out mid. Gets past one. Oh, and almost gets past another. Matt though hits to the side. Tree Fork 50-50. Sketch misses the ball. Tree Fork to Psycho, but Psycho not able to find a and the game will end 2-0, almost 3-2 in Wind and Rain's favour, and we'll set them to match point. 3-2 in the series, going into game number 6.
Yeah, Godalions started off so energetic in that game, really bringing it to them. Actually ended up clocking 11 shots throughout that game. I'm guessing most of them were in that first half. But if you look at the defense from Wind and Rain, they had 10 saves from them 11 shots. So really good all-round performance from them. Ended up accumulating 9 shots themselves. And I would definitely say that was mostly from the second half, because Wind and Rain, once they got fired up halfway through that match, there was just no stopping them. I mean, Godalions tried their best. They did put a couple of saves on the board, but overall, Wind and Rain just thoroughly trampled them towards the end. And now they're on match point, I'm sure they're not going to hold up.
Yeah, Wind and Rain just completely changed in that last half of the game, and it really showed how much that change helped. 2 goals and however many shots, but it was the defense especially, as you said, 10 saves from that team, and they did not hold back. As soon as they had that ball in the offense, they kept on scoring. And the Godalions are going to have a difficult time coming back from that defeat there. If Wind and Rain can keep up that last half momentum, it's going to be difficult for sure.
Yeah, and I don't really think it was, I think Godalions were doing everything right in part of the game, but something just changed. I know whether it was Wind and Rain, but once Godalions started to get onto the back foot a little, they just couldn't bring themselves back. They couldn't shift that momentum. So again, I feel like they're getting the most success when they really start off strong. And if they don't get that first goal security, they just tend to fall off a little. But Wind and Rain, like I said, being as consistent as they are, end up just taking these wins by, very small margins, 1 or 2 goals here and there.
Yeah, very small margin wins, but they are still getting the wins indeed. But they have to be careful here. They cannot be throwing this away now. They already had it 2 games ago where they could have easily won that, and they threw it away. So it's definitely possible for this all to go downhill for them. But the start of the game there, they're looking just as strong as always, just starting off with a good bit of pressure. Psycho going to try and bring it into the corner, try and pass out mid. Sketch, leaving for Hypnotics, but Hypnotics were a very bad touch. But Matt M able to recover in time and get the clear. Kieran now, and going to pass out to Tree. Kieran now gets a demo, and Tree trying to pass out mid to Kieran. Kieran is up, but gets a touch into the corner. But Tree Fork is there for it. Cannot find a pass to his teammate though. Psycho pass out to the shot. Matt gets the save. Kieran now trying to find a pass. Oh, he hits it with the wheels of his car, not able to get the power. Psycho find the pass to, and he almost finds a pass to Tree Fork, but Matt gets the clear. Kieran now with the challenge, and he wins the 50. Tree Fork cannot get a past Sketch. Sketch is up. Psycho gets the save, and a good attempt from Sketch there, and a good turn around of the game pace. But he could not find it. The ball just getting passed around in front of the Wind and Rain net. A bit risky, but Kieran gets to pass to Psycho, and Kieran keeps following up, and Psycho finds it. No, he cannot, and the ball remains outside the net, and the game remains nil at the moment. 2 minutes into the game, and Wind and Rain been looking strong, but not able to find the goal yet.
Yeah, Godalions are just playing off Wind and Rain's mistakes. Any bit of possession they get, they're trying to take advantage of it. Matt here with decent attacking play. Unfortunately, just can't get that final touch. But Sketch probably had the best opportunity so far. One-on-one position, was coming deep from his own half. So, that's a lot to work with, a lot of time for Wind and Rain defense to get back there. But overall, the Wind and Rain side, it's the same process again, really. They're given a lot of possession, but they just can't really get that ball in a position that's going to test the Godalions.
Yeah, Wind and Rain seem to really struggle getting that first goal for themselves, but as soon as they do and they have a feel for what they're doing in the offense, they can really dominate there. But at the moment, it's just finding that first goal, finding that brink of offense and get it going is what they need to do. Psycho with the pass to Tree, but Tree with the shot off the roof. It goes into Hypnotics. Sketch with a great save. Sketch now with the pass upfield off the backboard. Can't even a teammate, no, but Kieran gets the save. Matt M hitting out midfield. Can he get another touch? Gets it past Tree Fork. Trying to pinch it off the floor. He cannot do it, and Kieran gets intercepted. But Sketch is there, hits it out mid. Cannot find a teammate though. Psycho's going to follow up. Oh, has to avoid the bump though. Pass it out mid to Kieran. The Hypnotics is there to intercept Psycho. Now going to try and pass it up to Kieran. He fakes out Sketch. Kieran with the bump. Psycho with the shot, and Matt M coming off the ceiling with the save. Oh, and Sketch, that was a good opportunity for a counter attack, but missing the ball and leaves the ball in the midfield. Lets the Wind and Rain players recover from that. The shot not going in, just a bit too wide. Tree Fork going to pass it up to Psycho. Psycho trying to find something going, but he cannot do it. Tree Fork hits it off the wall. Leaves it for Kieran. Kieran waits for Matt's touch. Matt just trying to fake out Kieran. Pharaoh 50 from Matt, but Psycho able to win the next one. Psycho. Can he get it past Hypnotics? No, he cannot. Treefork going to try and follow up. Kieran on the ball. Gets it past Matt. Gets it past Sketch almost, but Sketch with the intercept. Treefork just trying to get this offense going. Wind and Rain, it's what they, as soon as they get in the offense, they can't score. They're just struggling to do it. Psycho cannot get it past Sketch either. They're holding off strong in the midfield at the moment. Get it past Kieran. Treefork with the touch. Only 30 seconds left of this game. We are still 0-0.
Yeah, and I feel like Godalions, they're not doing too bad in defense. For some reason, the ball just keeps, it's more of a dead ball position, but it's just kind of trickling around their own half and their own box, really. And, you see in kind of Matt M and Hypnotics having to do these weird 50s where they just haven't got any boost. Very close call there. Kieran tries to follow up, and then Treefold comes in too. Matt M again, I mean, I don't know how many saves could have been saved of the series so far, but he's absolutely on fire in defense. But yeah, overall, it just seems like, all this possession, but nothing to show for it. And Matt him again with another beautiful save. And he's just been non-stop for Godalions.
And then almost a goal was thrown home in the rain those last few seconds there. The shot just going off the backboard, off the crossbar, and we're not able to find it. And we do head to overtime. If Wind and Rain score here, they will go to the finals. And Godalions will be dropping to that third place match, playing against Sakura Blues, and that'll be our next series. But there's still plenty of time left. Godalions still have plenty of a chance, and one goal in overtime could just send into that match point as well, and put us to game number 7. But Kieran now on the ball. Cannot get it past Sketch, but Psycho does. Kieran going to rush back to net. Oh, and Sketch with the challenge. Can Psycho make it back? No, we cannot. And Sketch scores in overtime. A bad touch from Kieran in the defense. Could not control it how he wanted it. And Sketch able to dive in. And we go to game number 7.
I think that was just a communication issue there for Wind and Rain, because, Kieran, he's kind of, he betrayed that he had all the time in the world there. And I feel like someone like Psycho would know that Sketch was following up that quickly, but maybe he just didn't tell him in time, because very out of character for Kieran there just to hold on to the ball. But Sketch with a great heads up play, chasing it down and not giving them any time. But the credit for this game has got to go to Matt M. 5 saves on the board, and that one he got earlier when it was the kind of dropping down from the ceiling. That's probably one of the best saves I've ever seen on stream. It was just nuts. I actually feel like he got bumped in his left corner, hits the ceiling, and literally just kind of Garrett G style drops straight down and somehow gets to clear. But it'd be nice to see a replay of that one.
Oh, for sure. Matt M, so good in that defense. 5 saves to his name, and Wind and Rain, as I said, they are able to throw it away, and they had the opportunities that game, and they just were not able to capitalise on them. Going into game 7, we've seen when Wind and Rain have been winning, it's been Treefork, especially in the offense, popping off, and this time I just did not see that from him. But if we can see it from the next game, I think Wind and Rain will still take it.
Yeah, it was just a lacking from Wind and Rain. They're just getting that ball into the net. They had so much possession around the sort of the net of Godalions, but just no kind of decisiveness to actually get a decent shot on target or really test them that much, apart from probably the 2 saves that Matt made that were out of this world. And we did just see a replay flash up of Matt M's first save, and he actually did get bumped into the corner, hit the ceiling. He drove straight down from the ceiling on the backboard and just literally kind of pile drived into the ball. So a fantastic save from him, but he kept Godalions in it the whole of that game 5 there. And now we're into game 7, and Godalions could just take this. They could steal it away.
Oh, they definitely could just take this, and they are on the offense at the moment. An early save for the Wind and Rain side, and a big miss from Matt M there. That was an opportunity to take the lead. Treefork now in the ball. Sketch. It's a 50-50, but it goes in Wind and Rain's favour, and they have got the ball. Dangerous on the Godalions half. Psycho with a miss throw, and Hypnotics turns it around. Oh, and the flick, can he get it past Treefork? He did, but they got demoed and not able to follow it up. Sketch now coming off the... Oh, he couldn't find it either. The ball just coming down in front of the net. The good touch away from the Wind and Rain side. The ball, though, still dangerously close to their net. Kieran with a save. But it's a very dangerous position at the moment. Hypnotics hits it out. Treefort though, off the backboard. Can he follow it? Oh, almost off the crossbar. Psycho now. Hits off the backboard. Nobody is there to follow it. Treefort off the ball to Kieran. Kieran gets a touch. Takes the time, gets it past one. Matt M though, ready for that touch. Kieran gonna try and put some pressure on, gets a bump. And Psycho now able to follow it up, and oh, that was so close there. A last minute touch from Psycho. Really messed up that pass for him there. Kieran now hits in the midfield to Psycho. Psycho able to follow it up. No, he's not, but it goes to Treefork anyway. And Treefork gets a touch. Not able to do much with it though, and straight to Hypnotics. Kieran now. Still on the offense. Trying to find a pass to a teammate, just trying to find that starting goal. They've not had a goal last game either, and they've not had a goal in a good while now. Here now with a touch out to the side. Matt M. Get down, and turn this defense into some offense now, and they do have the opportunity to pass down from Sketch into Hypnotics, and what a pass! 2 minutes in, and it's 1-0 to Godalions.
That is a fantastic pass from Sketch. They ended up on 0. Everything he to get into that, and he just let the ball hit him, and it dropped perfectly to Hypnotics. A nice little play between them two. But again, Wind and Rain, they're having the chances, they're not capitalizing, and now Godalions are taking this lead, and from what we've seen, they're not too bad at holding on to it. So hopefully, this could be theirs. We could both be proved wrong in terms of our predictions.
Well, for sure, Godalions are great at holding their lead, and we've seen so far. And as you said earlier, they have beaten Wind and Rain before in the league play, and could they be doing it again? Psycho for an unfortunate miss, but Treefort able to make it back in time. They need to try and get some offense going. Treefort trying to find a pass, but cannot do it. The Godalions defense so strong at the moment, not letting any passes get through. Treefort gets a dunk on Matt. Kieran just waiting for the ball. Treefort gets a touch out to the side. Kieran now on the ball to Psycho. Psycho can try pass out mid off the backboard. Is anyone there? Kieran heads up, gets a shot, but Hypnotics is on the goal line waiting. Treefort just hits it up. Matt M able to make it in time. Hits out to the side. Sketch on the ball. Hits it out mid. Hypnotics gets it past one. Treefort. They try and get a follow up. No, he cannot. The ball goes to Matt. Treefort gonna make it back in time. Oh, and a second touch there. Dangerous position, but nobody is there to follow. Psycho now have to take possession, trying to get this away. Only a minute and a half left, and Wind and Rain struggling to get it out of their own half. Only 4 shots to their name, and nothing too dangerous. Keenan with the pass out to Treefort, though, and Treefort scores it, tying it up. The King, as I mentioned before, took off his crown top of it. The King, Treefort, ties it up 1-1.
Excellent pressure there from Wind and Rain, and I feel like Godalions was mostly their undoing there. I mean, as soon as they got that, you could see them take their foot off the pedal. I mean, you saw a wonderful centre ball for Hypnotics and no one there to meet it. And I feel like they scrambled in the back there. There was 2 defenders. Neither of them went for the first one. Both of them went for the second, but what does it matter? Because Matt M will just put it in from the halfway line.
The net just left wide open. I don't know what Wind and Rain were doing here. Kieran tried to go for the bump. Psycho pushed up way too far, and the defense is nowhere to be seen. The wide open net for Godalions put them 2-1 up, and just leaves that Treefort goal meaningless. They have to do it all again. And only a minute 20 left to do it. And they have to try and send this to overtime, or they will lose this series. Kieran, with the whiff in defense, and getting a bit messy on the main side, and that's a shot. Treefort with the save, but it's a goal for Sketch and Godalions. 3-1 up. Wind and Rain playing so messy now. A double commit from Treefort and Psycho, and Treefort getting the save, but it could have been so much better, and go straight to Sketch.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about forced and unforced errors, and there was 2 unforced ones there. The wall clear, something so simple, especially for this level, something just completely standard in, in the kit of the average kind of 1700 plus Rocket League player. But the whiff there ended up causing panic between Treefort and Kieran. They both went for the second, and it just left a wide open net. I mean, you can't really blame it. And again, it's just gone in for no reason at all, and it's 4-1 to Godalions.
And Wind and Rain have completely thrown us away now. They got nervous, it just seems, and they cannot keep up anymore. The game went completely downhill for them, and 4-1 now to Godalions. It looks like it could just be over for Wind and Rain. They still have a chance, but the chance is pretty much gone now.
Yeah, I feel like the tilt might be setting in. I mean, there was the first moment of brilliance from Godalions with that passing play, and then the equalizer was perfect. But that halfway line goal from Sketch, I think it's really just thrown them out of whack. And since then, there's been a lot of questionable decisions from Wind and Rain. And with 25 seconds on the clock, I feel like this might be all done and dusted, really.
She thought almost find herself a goal, but too little, too late. Only 15 seconds left, and it is over now for Wind and Rain. They're just gonna try and kind of be consolation goal, or just try and stop Godalions from making this lead any more. But Godalions will take the series and will be moving on to the final, which Wind and Rain will be dropping down to that third place match to play against Sakura Blues. Godalions will taking the win, just getting it official there, winning the series in 7. It was so close, but in the end, Godalions do win it. They will be placing Luxor Esports in the final. But first, we've got the third place series coming up next.
Yeah, and it just seemed like, Wind and Rain, maybe that single goal, the Sketch just dunking onto Kieran just completely threw them out of whack. I mean, I felt like that game 6 was, it was Wind and Rain's to win, and then, Sketch getting that goal against a run of play going into game 7, they're probably still dwelling on the fact that they kind of squandered their game 6 position. And you could see that once Godalions took the lead for the second time, it just completely, disbanded for Wind and Rain, and they just couldn't get their mentality back. But we will be seeing them again shortly, as you've just said. And we're going to take a short break now so we can get set up for the third series, and that will be Wind and Rain versus Sakura Blues.